Hi you all, today we'll be designing a vintage troll doll in the Procreate app. Grab your iPad and Apple Pencil and let's get started. Click on the plus symbol. You could select screen size for this if you prefer, but I will stick with square. Let's start by making our own special brush and creating a kind of digital pencil cup for it. Click on the brush tool. On the left, find sketching. It looks like a pencil. On the right, find 6B pencil. Make sure this is blue. Swipe left, tap duplicate. You should see that it says 6B pencil 1. Tap on this. Find properties. Under brush behavior, bring the maximum size up to the maximum or 100%. Tap on the eye where it says about this brush. Tap up here, erase whatever it says, and type your own name for this brush. I think I'll just call mine Bigger Better Brush. But you should name yours whatever you prefer. You can also add emoticons if you like. Here it says Made By, tap Name, and type your name. Click the arrow, or it might say Done, Enter, or Return. If you prefer, you can add a picture by clicking here, and you can sign here. When you have changed all of these settings to your preference, just make sure to hit Create New Reset Point. Save reset point. Are you sure you want to create a new reset point for this brush? This cannot be undone. Since we duplicated the 6B pencil before, we can absolutely hit save, which is the red button. Next, tap Done. Above 6B pencil, you should now see your brush name and this larger brush. Mine says Bigger Better Brush. Great. On the left side in the brush library, scroll all the way to the top and click the plus symbol. This is your digital pencil cup. This is where we will put all of the brushes that you make in this class. It's untitled right now, so name it whatever you like. I am naming mine My Brushes with an exclamation point, and I'm adding a unicorn, and that's all I'll do for mine. You might see that I have a couple of others, but that's just because I had to practice for this tutorial. When you're done, go ahead and close your keyboard or hit Enter, Return, or the blue arrow, whatever it says on yours. So we are still in this, and you can tell because this squiggle over here is blue, which means we're in that brush set. Great. Scroll back down to sketching, which looks like a pencil. Tap here. Find the brush you made and named. Press and hold it. Let it jump in the air so that you can move it around like this. Leave the pencil on the screen, and with your other hand, scroll up until you find your brush set. Tap on your brush set and drop it into that space. Great job! You've now started your digital pencil cup for all of your own brushes. Let's go! For this first part, we're actually going to use a brush that's in the program, and it is called Monoline. You'll find it under this cursive A for calligraphy, and on the right it should say Monoline. Click on the color circle here in the corner. You can use Disc, Classic, or Harmony. I prefer Classic myself, but everyone has their own preference. As long as you're under the color circle, you can adjust to find the color that you prefer and make it darker or lighter, whatever you need. Let's find a color for our troll dolls, whatever color you like. You can even make it blue or purple if you prefer. For me today, I will be using the color that is like the troll doll, the original troll doll itself, but feel free to choose whatever color you want to. Great. Now we've got the color we want. The monoline brush tool is selected. Make sure that this lower slider is at 100%. It should say brush opacity 100%, and choose whatever brush size you want to work with. I think I'll try 12 for now. Great. 2-finger tap to undo, and 3-finger tap to redo. 2 to undo and 3 to redo. You can also use undo and redo on this panel. Let's set up the symmetry tool. Click on the wrench, select Canvas, Drawing Guide, Edit Drawing Guide, Symmetry. The line should be up and down. If it's not, tap Options and select Vertical. Click Done. Great! If you click on the Layers panel, which is the 2 squares icon, you should see Layer 1, Assisted. If you don't see Assisted, tap on this layer and select Drawing Assist from the panel to the left. Let's begin by creating the head. Starting up here toward the top, create a curve. It should say Art Created at the top. You can let it go. You can tap Edit Shape if you'd like to move the little blue handles around. And when you have it to your preference, tap the brush tool to get out of that. Draw a line going up from that. And another curve here. Tap Edit Shape whenever you need to, and you can watch the opposite side to see where it connects. Make sure that all of your lines are connecting so that we can drag and drop to fill color in a few moments. Brush tool to get out of that. Mine is connected, great. On one side, draw almost an oval shape. Leave the pencil on the screen. It should say ellipse created or something like that at the top. You can tap Edit Shape, and once again move the blue handles to where you'd like them to be. When you like the placement, drag the color circle into each of these spaces and drop the color. Great! Click on the Layers panel. Tap on the plus symbol to add a new layer. You should see Layer 2. Tap on this layer, and in the options to the left, select Drawing Assist. Click on the color circle. Select black or whatever color you'd like for the eyes to be. Draw a circle, leave the pencil on the screen, place your finger on the screen, and lift up. That will create a perfect circle. If you get an extra mark like this, 2-finger tap to undo and just try again. Draw a circle, leave the pencil on the screen, something pops up here. It might say ellipse created. If you place your finger on the screen, it will make a perfect circle. Lift up. At that point, you can tap Edit Shape if you prefer, and without touching the blue handles, push and pull until your circle is where you like it to be. Drag the color into that space and drop it. Great! You can place a finger on the screen to get white to the color circle. Or you can click on the color circle and find white there. Here, if you zoom in with the 2-finger pinch, you can add a couple of highlights to your troll's eyes if you prefer. almost in that kawaii style. On the same layer, let's go ahead and add all of the kind of ridges for the facial features that the troll doll has. Once again, place your finger on the screen to get the eyedropper tool. If you don't want to touch the screen, you don't have to. You can click this square to the left and drag it to get the color back. Next, click on the color circle and make your color darker. You can use monoline for this, but you might want to switch to a different brush. I'll try 3% for monoline. For this first part, starting here in the middle for the bridge of the nose, draw a nice long curve and hold it. Next, tap Edit Shape and move the curve where you'd like it to be. Tap the brush tool to get out of that. You can add a kind of line to the middle if you prefer. For the next part, the troll doll sort of has this circle around this space. We don't really have to do that. You can two-finger pinch and turn and just add a kind of curve to the bottom part of the eye. If you pinch really quickly with two fingers, it will get you back to the largest size. For the nose, it might be a bit more difficult, but let's try it. First, let's start here and drag a curve out. If you get a line, two-finger tap to undo and just try it again. Tap Edit Shape when you need to. Ooh, my curve is getting quite out of hand, so I'll keep trying. Tap the brush tool, and here we'll add a curve in the middle and a curve here as well. Tap Edit Shape whenever you need to. And watch the opposite side to see where those lines should meet. Click and hold the eraser tool to get the same brush, which is Calligraphy Monoline. You can change the brush size if you need to and erase back any lines you don't like. Click on the brush tool and let's keep going. The troll doll has these kind of lines on each side of its eyes, here and here, but you don't have to include them if you don't like them. I'll try them on mine. It also has a kind of crease here in the ear, so you can draw a curve for that and edit shape if you'd like to. Click back on the brush tool, draw a curve for the smile, tap Edit Shape. You can drag outside of the shape if you need to, without touching the blue handles to move it. Click on the brush tool and add a curve to the end, however you think it should be. Two-finger quick pinch to get back to largest size. Click on the Layers panel, which is the two squares button, plus symbol to add a new layer. For your new layer 3, tap on it, select Drawing Assist. Press and hold this layer, let it jump up in the air, and then drag it all the way to the bottom, beneath layer 1, which is the head, and above background color. You can place your finger on the screen to get your color back that you were using before. Use your 2-finger pinch to zoom out so you can see your troll doll clearly. Let's add the hands and the feet, and then begin to add the clothing. From about the shoulder, you can draw a curve. It should say "Are created." Tap Edit Shape if you need to. Click on the brush tool. You can draw a bit of a curve here as well. And another curve from here to where the wrist is going to be. If you get a straight line, don't worry about it. 2-finger tap to undo and just try again. Tap Edit Shape whenever you need to. Click on the brush tool. The troll doll has 4 fingers, but if you want to do more or fewer, you can. I'm just going to make mine pretty simple, drawing a kind of hook, leaving the pencil on the screen, lifting up, making sure to connect one line to the next so that we can color fill later. I'm going to 2-finger pinch to turn. That way I can make my hook a little bit more easily. So there's another one. I'll tap Edit Shape this time because I didn't make the connection where it needed to be. Brush tool, turn again. Edit shape whenever you need to, and drag the handles around. Brush tool, one more finger, a kind of hook. Tap Edit Shape. Watch the other side to help you. If you don't like something, just 2-finger tap to undo and try it again. No big deal. So I'm going to make one a little bit longer on this side this time, if I can. Oh, and I got it. Edit Shape. Drag the blue handles around until you like the design. I'm watching the other side. Brush tool. And find a way to connect these 2 spaces. Oh, that's mine. Great. As long as you created a closed shape, you should now be able to drag and drop to fill the color, and it should mirror on the other side. So from here down, we'll begin to make the legs. Start to think about how you'd like to decorate your troll doll, what kind of clothes you'd like it to wear, and all that kind of thing. So here I've just made a bit of a curve, that way I can kind of see where I'd like the legs to fall, right underneath the shoulder. Make sure to connect your lines. So for example, right there, draw a curve here and hold it. Edit shape when you need to, of course. It's a bit too much of a curve, though the troll doll does seem to have a curved leg there. Brush tool, draw another curve. I think I need to bring this line up a little bit, so I'll use the eraser tool. If you need to do the same, by all means do so. That way they're about even. Brush tool, draw a bit of a curve here and a bit of a curve here. You can 2-finger pinch to turn the canvas so that you can connect those lines together. Try to make clean connections, but you can always use your eraser tool to clean up any extra edges. Edit shape whenever you need to, and watch the opposite side. Great. Drag and drop to fill the color. If it goes all over the place, 2-finger tap to undo and try again. If you're going to have shoes, you don't need to do this part, but if you'd like to add toes, follow along with me. Get the color back that you've been using for all of those ridges. Mine's that brown. and add the toes wherever you'd like them to be. You can click on the layers panel and use a 2-finger swipe right on the layer itself to activate Alpha Lock. If that gesture doesn't work for you, tap on this layer and select Alpha Lock from the options to the left. In this way, we won't have to worry too much because the color will only go within that shape. Add your toes in however you'd like them to be, and add a curve here if you'd like it to be there. So for me, I think that the toes will be ovals, and there will be 4 of them. So I'll draw one oval, leave the pencil on the screen, and tap Edit Shape. So I can move that to where I'd like it to be. Thinking about keeping enough space for 4 toes. Brush tool, oval, tap Edit Shape, move it around. 2 more times, brush tool, oval, Edit Shape, move the blue handles to where I think they should go. One more time, brush tool, a little oval, Edit Shape, and move them to where I think they should go. Brush tool to get out of that. Quick pinch to get back to the largest size. I think that's about all we need for the body of the doll, so let's begin to add some clothing and then work on the hair. Click on the Layers panel, tab on the top layer, plus symbol to add a new layer. If you want your clothes to match from left to right and vice versa, tap on this new layer and select Drawing Assist from the options to the left. It should now say Assisted. Pick whatever colors you would like to, and design the troll doll's clothing however you'd like it to be. You can try out different brushes if you prefer. I'll stick with monoline for this part. Have fun with it. If you'd like for the clothes to be underneath the head, press and hold this layer, let it jump up into the air, and drag it underneath the face and the head layer. So now mine says layer 1, layer 4, layer 3, and layer 2 is on top. Your layer numbers might be different from mine, but that's okay, as long as they're in this order. Face, head, clothes, body. Great. Make sure to close your shape even behind like the head, for example, where you can't see. The lines have to be connected. Then you can drag and drop to fill your color. Click on the Layers panel, plus symbol to add new layers whenever you need to. Tap on that layer and select Drawing Assist once again if you'd like it to match. If you don't want it to match, you don't need to click on that. Create closed shapes so you can drag and drop to fill the color. Use your eraser tool whenever you need to. And design the clothes however you'd like them to be. Clean up any funny edges whenever you'd like to, but if you prefer to have funny edges, that's up to you. Great. You can go back and forth between your layers and fix things whenever you find issues with them. Keep working on it until you like your design. Remember that you can tap on the layers panel, and on any layer you can two-finger swipe right to turn on alpha lock. Once again, if that gesture doesn't work for you, tap on the layer and then select alpha lock from the options to the left. You should see little squares appear, and then you can only paint in the color that you already made. Tap on the layers panel, tap on the layer, and turn off drawing assist whenever you don't want something to match. For example, I'd like my spots to be irregular. I don't want them matching on both sides, so I've turned that off on this layer. Now you should see your layer no longer says assisted. If you'd like to turn it back on, click on the layer and select drawing assist. Click on your layers panel and switch between your layers whenever you'd like to. For example, I have clicked on my overalls layer. I'll use my two-finger swipe right to turn on alpha lock, and I'll keep working on the overalls. I'll use my eyedropper tool by placing my finger on the screen to get my color back and then switch it to a different one that I prefer. Change your brush size whenever you need to, and let's keep going. You can add in whatever kind of little designs you like. For example, I'll add in a cute little heart to the overalls using the symmetry tool to help me. That's a bit too bright for my picture, so I'll try again. Bit better there. If you like to drag and drop the color and the colors are touching, you should still be able to do this. Drag the color above the space and it should spill all over, but if you leave the pencil on the screen, you'll see color drop threshold, and if you push the pencil toward the left, it should go within that space. Good. Two-finger quick pinch to get back to largest size. Continue adding whatever kind of details you'd like to, and then we'll go on. Click on the Layers panel As long as you're underneath the head layer, which for me I am, click on the plus symbol. If you're not, tap on the layer beneath the head layer and then the plus symbol. So here's where we can begin to add the kind of crazy hair that the trolls are famous for. You can tap on this layer and use Drawing Assist if you'd like it to be perfectly mirrored, but that's not really how they are, so I myself am not going to do that. Feel free to do so if you'd like to. Click on the brush tool and go to your special brush set that we made at the beginning of this tutorial. Mine is My Brushes with the Unicorn. Find your brush, whatever you made, mine's the Bigger Better brush, and choose whatever kind of colors you'd like to for your troll doll. It could be one color, or it could be many different colors, whatever you prefer. Change the brush size to your preference and add the hair in where you'd like it to be. Use your two-finger pinch to zoom out if it helps you as well. Okay, so I'm trying mine around 20%, and I think I like that. And I'm just going to add it in wherever I'd like it to be. I might change my color, but I'm really liking this color so far. And all I'm doing is kind of curved streaks toward the middle. Oops, mine went a little bit too far. I have it behind the troll's head now. So I'll have to switch to my eraser tool and just bring that back a little bit. You can have the hair going however you'd like it to be. And if you don't like it, all you need to do is two-finger tap to undo, or if you'd like to start completely over, click on the Layers panel, the two squares icon, tap on this layer, and select Clear. And try again. I'm liking mine a little bit better now, but I do think I'll need to change the color soon so that it can show up a little bit better. Add your hair in however you'd like it to be. And change the brush size whenever you need to. For example, I'm going to make mine a little bit thinner here in just a moment to add more wispy hair, like that. You can click and hold the color circle to get the previous color you were working with, or you can use your finger eyedropper tool on the screen or the square eyedropper tool as well. When you've added as much hair to your troll doll as you prefer, click on the Layers panel, tap on the very top troll layer, which for me is layer 2 at the face, swipe to the right on each of these to highlight them blue. Tap Group. You should now see New Group. Tap this V shape to close the group. You can even tap New Group and rename it if you prefer. Click Enter or Done. Click Background Color and select whatever background color you'd like for your troll. When you've got a color that you like, tap Done. Plus symbol to add a new layer. Press and hold this layer, let it jump in the air, and drag it underneath the troll group If you accidentally get it in the troll group, just 2-finger tap to undo or click undo on the side. Here is where you can add your background, whatever you prefer. You can click on the troll. As long as the troll group is closed, like this, you can tap on the arrow tool with uniform and drag these bars out or in to your preference to resize your troll. You can click on the layers panel to get out of that or anywhere else basically. Tap on the new layer we created and add your background in, however you prefer it to be. Use different brushes and different colors, whatever you prefer. If you're done with Drawing Assist, having everything match from one side to the other, tap on the wrench. Under Canvas and Drawing Guide, toggle that off so that you don't have that line in your picture anymore. Tap on the wrench to get out of that. For me, I'm just going to make a super simple background, but you should feel free to use this new layer and add new layers as you need to create whatever background you prefer for your troll doll picture. For me, I'll click on the brush tool and go back to calligraphy monoline. I'm going to pick a color for my shelf where the troll doll will be resting. I'll draw a line across the screen from one side to the other. Leaving my pencil there, I'll place a finger on the screen to make it perfectly horizontal. Then I'll drag the color into that bottom space. If I don't like my color, that's okay. I'll click on the color circle and change it. There we go, that's a little better for me. Now I'll click on the color circle and select a much darker color. Here I'll create a thicker line for the edge of my shelf. I might just do that twice and fill in the space in between. Layers panel plus symbol. I'll click and hold this, let it jump in the air and drag it underneath my shelf. So now it's above background color but under my shelf. I'm choosing a similar color to my background color. Brush tool. Either textures or vintage, and I think I'll add a kind of fun wallpaper to the background. Something like fever under vintage. My opacity is around 85, and my brush size is actually the maximum, so I'll try that. Two-finger tap to undo when you don't like something. For these kinds of brushes, just in case you all would like to try them, you need to leave the pencil on the screen the entire time. That way the pattern is seamless. It will repeat over and over again without breaking. Click on the Layers panel, tap on your troll, and resize it whenever you'd like to on Uniform. So I'll make mine a little bit bigger for my shelf. And I think I will use this orange line, which is under the blue lightning bolt, and it's called Snapping, to help me find the center of the canvas. Arrow tool to get out of that. Two-finger quick pinch to get back to the largest size. Four-finger tap all together on the screen to close all of the options into this rectangle. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know what you thought. See you next time!